Hey Henry, how's it going? Doing okay on my end. Just relaxing. Anything new with you? Hey Mimi, how's it going? Hey once, hey Raz. Yeah, they came, Raz. You sent it slow mail, so the box got smashed, but luckily nothing broke. So I had a funny feeling it went slow mail because it didn't come fast enough. And whenever I get the slow mail, that's when they smash shit on you. But no, I got it, so we're pretty much good for now. Sure you paid for priority? No. Oh, it says priority. Okay. Well, but it took forever though. It took about what, like a week? Alright, my fault. I thought it was, I didn't, you know what it is? It doesn't have, oh, they did put priority stickers on it. Oh, it's tape. Oh. You know what I do? To make a, if you have an account through the post office, which you can make an account through the post office, and you can order priority stickers, and they're free, and they get sent to you for free. So whenever I do priority, I put these stickers on the box, just so they know. Because on the box they put that clear tape. That's probably why it got smashed. No, it's not your fault. I thought it was regular mail, but you're right. It was priority. Yeah, I would order that stuff from the, if you have an account through the post office, it's all free. You know, you just order it and they deliver it for free. So the reason why I stick the priority stickers on everything is because if you don't do it, I guess they don't think it's priority, so it seems like it got stuck in limbo for a while. But oh well, it's here, so we're good. We're good. I got a little bit worried because it looks like somebody stepped on the corner of the box, but we're good. But yeah, the parts came in. Yeah, so this for the staff. So it's a good scale too, so it's gonna work out good. Yeah, no problem. I know it's a holiday. I don't really go out and stuff for holidays. I save my days for like going to comic book shows. But yeah, go do your thing today. But yeah, we got it. We're good. I'm not going to do a long stream anyway. Just for like an hour or so. Just want to draw. And I kind of want to take a break. I forgot it was the 4th anyway. Until somebody told me this week. People have been lighting fireworks all week long, so it's nothing new here. The family 2 houses away from me, they do fireworks all friggin' year long, so I'm kind of used to it. Have a good one, Raz. Are you guys doing anything today, or did you already do stuff today? If you're in the USA? Hey, Scott. I do not know. I have no clue what the crown is. I was wondering as well. Let me see. Oh, I think it's something new. I think it's the more you comment, the more you're number 1 or number 2 type thing. Whoever talks the most gets the number 1 crown. Because when I click on it, I can see a list of people who have the... It looks like experience next to their name. Ah, okay. Yeah, the more you talk, the more crowns you get. I guess it's something new. No, I don't. Can you guys click on it? Because when I click on it, it opens up a window and it has 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Raz is number 1 at the moment with the most experience, and then Scott, and then IC. But I think if you comment more, you'll get more experience, and then you become number 2 or number 1. That's my guess from seeing. Okay, yeah. So I guess the more you chat, the more experience you get. I guess it's a way of getting people engaged in chat more. Something new, I guess YouTube's doing. I don't really think it matters, but I guess some people like to do it. I'm not big enough to get bots, so we don't have to worry about the bots winning. Or I should say I'm not paying for bots, since a lot of people pay for bots. Sure, everyone's barbecuing today and out with family. All I know is traffic was insane this morning, so I was like, I'm glad I'm not going anywhere. Just to go get coffee this morning was a nightmare. So I gotta fix this in there. It's gotta be fixed. Fix this in here. Hey JC, how's it going? Yeah, happy 4th. You just chilling doing nothing today or what? This is the only one. What's up, Terrell? This is the only one with a crown? Maybe because it gave me the option and I just never turned it off. Let me see, hold on. Oh, I could turn it off. That's why. I'm not turning it off. I don't care. From what we gather, the crown is whoever is the top person talking is number 1, the second person is number 2, and then 3. But then I think if people leave the chat, it readjusts to who's talking the most. I'm sure other channels who are bigger turn it off because they don't want people spamming. If you guys want me to turn it off, I can. It's not like I have thousands of people in chat all the time. I think I could turn it off. Hold on. It says a place for the fans to stand down and carry through. How do you get on the leader? You need to collect experience. Learn more to turn it off in the help center. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on. I don't care. I guess from what I gather though, because like when you click on top fans, people who leave the chat, it changes, I guess. Ah. YouTube's always adding weird crap. Alright, we need to fix... Hey, what's up, Butterfly? Yeah, it's something new. I've never seen it in chat before. I've been in other chats, but I guess it's either new or maybe other chats have it, but they turned it off. I'm sure guys who have like 16,000 people in their streams probably don't want people trying to compete just to spam, so they turn it off. JC, this is sort of what this was voted on. I'm just sort of sketching out how it's going to look and start planning. I need to take down the crotch area because it sticks out too much. I want it to come more into a curve, and then her booty here is weird, so I'm gonna fix it in there. I think I'll give her her outfit back here. Instead of like a super thong, we're gonna go a little bit more there. I think that's a little bit better. You get enough booty, but it's not. But I just have to fix the crotch area. This is the Poison Street Fighter female from ES Monster or E3D? I forget. Which one was it? So we're gonna do a spiked collar, but for here we're not gonna do spikes because that's too close to Bowsette. I'm going to figure something else out. She has these like ball earrings and like this little thing on her chest. So I was thinking maybe find something like some kind of earring things I could do like balls instead. The only problem is I don't want to do spikes because I don't want to try to figure out how to do between the legs. It's kind of like, I'm just kind of like sketching it out, kind of see how we're just kind of starting to plan. So what I want to do is I'm going to grind down these areas and make it look like it's squeezing the legs. So I got to do that. I want to make sure like it's squeezing the booty too a little bit. So I want to at least see some of this there. I did find I don't have it with me now. I did find like sort of a drawing of a girl that had like a corset type thing with belt buckles. I might try and follow. But for right now, I just got to get the anatomy situated. I'm going to redo the boobs too, so it looks like it's squeezing out of the circle. It's okay if she has a little bit of a bigger rack. I sort of sanded down the shoes a little bit. It's still got a lot more to go. I gotta find a temporary base for her. That's why I gotta set up this coming week. And then once we get her closer to going, I can print the throne, and then I can find a better base. But this thing here, it's like, it's kind of hard to see, but see the way they sculpted it? It's kind of like it comes down and then it kind of comes out a little bit. It's just, so this area here has to be taken down. I don't know why they did that, but I'll fix it. But I think that's a good start. And then, let's see, for her arms, where's her arms? Oops. Alright, so Raz did print out we're gonna fix the broken wrist. So Raz was able to print out new hands, which we can, this is the hand, yeah, this is the hand we'll use. So this will be able to go into her hand like that. So her hand kind of come out like this. But what I'm thinking we have to do, so this hand, so her cuff, should we put her cuff like right here? Cuff like right, no, shit. I guess what we'll do is we'll put her cuffed here. And then I'll sand this down, and then we'll put her, I guess we'll put her thing over here, like right about here. I guess that's what we'll do. Alright, so I'll keep her her hands as is. I think that's gonna look pretty cool, actually. Alright. I'm kind of liking the sketch already. Gotta clean up the keys a bit. You guys think that's good though? The here, because I think if we go too much of a thong, it kind of too much. I think a little bit here. I think you just gotta fix this here and here, and it would work better. Because I think having this way we can get that squeeze, I guess. I don't think it should go any further than that. So if this came down here, nah, that's good. I think that's a good pose. I gotta get some pictures of shit kickers because the way they kind of flow on the feet, and then do like something like that. I'm trying to think. So Raz was able to print out the other head and the hair, so we got the head situated, so now she's looking at the right direction, and then the hair is just something that's got to be tweaked for her. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty good. It's gonna flow over the booty pretty well too. Now, yeah, so let's see. We're gonna have to redo the neck. Yeah, I gotta redo the neck a bit. But this head's gonna be perfect. I think what I might do is between now and the time we're getting closer to being finished. Oh, there's little eyeballs I got to fill in. I might swap out these earrings if I could find like nice metal balls on like eBay or something. I think if I could find something, it'll work. Can't forget her little crown. So we're gonna leave her hands as is, so we can paint the fingernail. So it's only gonna be a black sleeve thing. So we'll do that. I'm gonna get some more reference pics for when we start really diving into the outfit more. What I need to do is cut means that I need to fix this and then cut that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just use this base as a temporary, just so I can have a display piece, and then when we get the other base set up with the throne, we can reposition her. I think that's what I'll do, just so I can get the feet situated. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I think with the collar though is I like how it's got the strap with the buckle, but I might do something different but kind of keep it the same idea. Well, no, I want to keep it more toward Peach. So if you look at Peach, hold on. So a lot of her artwork, she really doesn't have spikes unless you go toward Bowsette. So I'm thinking of something a little different, you know. I gotta look online to see if anything captures, you know. Because I want to also I want to put her gem on her chest too, like her gem here, that gem thing. But I want to have the boob window squeezing, so I'm gonna sort of do the boobs a bit. A little bit, not much. They're gonna be a little bit bigger, but that's fine. I have a bunch of other artwork of her I gotta go through. Then what I'll do is I'll go on like Etsy and eBay, and I'll start looking up, like, you know, earring stuff and gems and jewels. Then maybe I could find something that is cheap. I get a couple of them, and I could kind of go around this area here type thing. Because I have these, but let me see. I throw them away. So I have these type of things, right? You can put on, but the problem is with these is even if they're like, there's like a little layer of glue. Like, you see how that, like, this little square thing right there is, right? That little clear square thing here. It's kind of hard to see. It's like a piece of plastic, but it's glue on here, and you can like glue them on, but the problem is they deteriorate over time. So even if you prime them and paint over them, they have a habit of falling off. I need to find something more that kind of, I drill a hole and pop it in with glue. So let me see if I have anything else here. Where is my Well, that's what I want to do is I want to go on eBay and search. I mean, I got time before I get to those areas. I'll get to them when I'm like, you know, there's a lot of stuff to find on eBay and everything. So, but, so these are those old spikes I use for some of the other customs I've done. So I'll give you an example. Like, you go online and you can find like earring spikes type stuff. Or nipple spikes, you know. And then what you do is you cut it there and then you can kind of just like glue them in so they don't fall out. But I want to find something with balls maybe instead. They have all those earring things out there. They have all kinds of stuff. Some that are all like chromed and already. Or you know, maybe I might even change it up, and there might be like little Bowser heads I could put around. You know, little Bowser tiny print heads or something. I don't know. We got time before I get to this. But I kind of want to sit down and find stuff, you know. You could find like little like ball type things you could kind of glue into, you know. Whatever I do, I want to make sure it stays. I don't want to just like put a dab of glue and put something there and then, you know, messing with it later it pops off. But then again, this might change, you know. I might do buckle straps instead. I don't know yet. It all depends on how the boots look, how this comes out, you know. Because, you know, this might be black too. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do this black or something. I don't know. It might evolve a bit. But starting off though, I need to grind these out so I can come up with something here, make it squeezed, fix the crotch, work on the chest, fix this area here. I'm going to set her up on this. Oh, map tacks? Yeah, I've seen those before too. Yeah, I don't know yet. I really want to go on eBay and do a search, because once you go into that whole earring and nose ring and nipple ring stuff, they got all kinds of crazy like design stuff. They have hearts, they have like stars, they got all kinds of stuff. You know, like maybe even stars too going across as well. Let me see if I can find an example what I mean. eBay. I think I bought the last ones on eBay. Well, if you go on eBay, I'm not going to link it, but if you go on eBay and you look up stud star earrings, they have all kinds of stuff there where literally I could probably find like some cheap ones that come in bulk like up to 20, and all I could do is like drill a hole and put stars. Because I figure with her, we could kind of go more toward the Mario theme, you know, like with the stars, the mushroom, bricks, stuff like that. Instead of trying to make her look like Bowsette, kind of incorporate the Mario game a little bit more. So yeah, I'll do some searching. I'll keep that in mind, you know, what you said, and maybe I'll find some stuff. Either it's something I glue in and I prime over and paint down the line, or it's something I just make the holes and I just kind of glue it in at the end, you know? So we'll see. But I think if this was black and this is the pink latex, some kind of silver or even gold stars or something might look kind of cool on it. Or maybe what I do is, you know, I make it a buckle. You know, and then maybe one star on the side or something, I don't know. We'll see how it goes when we get closer to it and it's a normal stream where everyone's in, because I figure everyone's gone today anyway. But that's kind of what I got for Peach, so I'm gonna keep this in mind now for chopping her up. So I'm gonna probably chop this up, chop that up, chop up the boobs a bit. We're gonna rework the booty a bit too, because we gotta have a nice booty. Even though the hair is gonna kind of cover it, still gotta have a good booty. Can't cover that up. I'm gonna get her set up on this base for temporary custom work, and then go from there. I think that's a good start. So that's good for Peach. Also got to plan out the arms. Let me get rid of these hands. Okay, so let's put this stuff in the box. Alright, Peaches got a good start. I think there is one of her on like a Toadstool, and if you go on to those CG Trader site, I think there is one with her on a. It's a little bit of a risque one, but yeah, Raccoon, we're gonna squeeze her boobs. So I'm gonna redo the boobs. So I'm gonna do like what I do with the Power Girl stuff. So her boobs are going to be a little bit bigger, but that's fine. She's got a big booty. But I'm going to definitely squeeze the booty like this, and we're going to squeeze the legs too. So we'll give her a little bit of thickness. We'll have some fun with it. That's kind of a good start for her. So I know what to do for garage work this week. Might even do it tomorrow. I gotta do some garage stuff tomorrow. Alright, so for Misty, I'm gonna start playing her out a little bit. I also gotta get my ass in gear and start planning out Cammy's schoolgirl. I gotta get reference art and stuff for that. So, got a lot of work to do. Alright. So I had a chance to sand down Misty's legs. So I'm gonna sculpt sneakers for her. So we're gonna do sneakers. I decided that she's known for having sneakers, so I'm gonna do it. But the rest of her is gonna be all situated. So I did sand down some of her neck. Everything else looks pretty good. I didn't realize how big booties they gave these girls. They got some really big booties. Alright, so she's gonna have jeans. Right? We're gonna give her jean shorts, but they're gonna be torn. So what we'll do is we'll go under the belly button. Like there, I guess, right? No, we'll go a little bit lower. We'll let's utilize this sculpt. We'll have a little fun with it. So we'll go right there. So jeans kind of come here. So basically, the idea is sort of kind of ripped jeans. Oh, for the for whatchamacallit, for Peach, yeah, no no full thong. Or for Misty. How does back of jeans go? For this one, yeah, it's not going to be a thong. It's going to be torn jeans. So we're definitely not going. So usually her outfit kind of stops there, and then this piece sort of Comes down like so. I'm gonna sculpt like sort of the jean shorts. You know, but we'll tear it up as I go. You know, it'll be kind of torn up type jean shorts, you know. It'll have we'll plan it out as we go, but I'm just kind of sketching for now. Because what I'll do is I'll kind of like put a layer of eaves and kind of tear it up and make it rough. But I think that's kind of the idea for it. You know. It's kind of the start. I think that's kind of low enough for jeans. We'll utilize this like notch on her thing to make them look tight. And then this way we get enough of the belly button. Sound like a plan? Now as for her shirt, we had this idea, right? And then sort of so I'm thinking is got one strap kind of go here. I guess maybe do it. I don't know if we should do under one strap or have the strap like I did with what I did with the which we call it, the Rogue custom I did a while back. So there's we either do it where we have one and it comes underneath of her, or we do it where it goes over her shoulder. So I guess we got to get more feedback when everybody's in stream. But I'm not really seeing much I need to chop up though. Like, because this is kind of where her nipples are, so I don't want to... So if we don't do over the shoulder... So if we don't do over the shoulder, I can make it tighter, I guess you could say, you know? So... let's say we don't do over the shoulder, so we kind of... And then the other option too is, it all depends on what people want to see. We'll have to do some voting, but for this one, you could actually like, do under boob too. You know, I could do something like that. And it could sort of torn up a little bit at the bottom. So that's something we're gotta talk about a little bit more next time. Seeing if that's the route we want to go. But I think I can utilize some of the shoes, kind of just redo the straps but keep the front of these shoes. So I'm going to sand these down a little bit, but I can keep the bottom of them. The suspenders are going to be for the pouch. So we got our suspenders here for a pouch. So the suspenders are going to go like, one will come like around here, and then maybe another one over there. So that's going to go for the pouch. Hey Steven, I do not have a printer. These are printed up from people I know. There's a guy, Raz, in our streams. He printed these out for us. He's not in today. But I know Raz has a printer, I know another guy in New Jersey has a printer, and a guy in Canada, so I outsource everything. I don't feel like buying a printer. So I can't help you with that. But I'm sure next Friday, Raz will be back in the streams. He could probably tell you a little bit more if you come back. Yeah, no problem. I wish I knew more, but I forget. could do is if I go under here, right? Come around here. That would be my problem. I'd have too many STLs being printed and I'd never get anything done. Stellar Blade, I've seen the character design of Stellar Blade, the female, but I haven't really like looked at the game. I know there was a lot of drama about it. Wasn't like Reddit or X or something, they were all crying about how sexy she was, the character. And the game developers were like, we don't care if you have a problem with it. I know there was some drama about it, but I didn't pay a hell of a lot of attention. I'll have to look at her shoes then a little bit. Maybe I can utilize them. Yeah, like I've said in the past, we went away from imaginary, like, game stuff to everything has to be realistic. All the activists infiltrated the game industry and the comics and everything else. But what's funny is they made Stellar Blade. She looks great, and they made all those. I guess didn't they make alternate outfits too? And the game is making money, but everyone's crying about it. Well, only the loud people are crying about it. But didn't they make a lot of money off of it though? Like a lot? Hey, what's up, Devastator? See, that's what we need to go back to, is the game studios, the comic books need to make a specific game or character or comic, cater to a certain group of people, and that's it. You don't have to cater to all these crybabies that don't buy your product, because you don't make any money. I just heard that, didn't like Jaguar, the car company, only sell like 29 cars last year or something? Because they went to all that stupid social agenda crap. Just need to make a product for a certain group of people, and that's it. Stop catering to everybody. I'll have to look more at Stellar Blade. I'll have to kind of check it out a little bit more. The base for Misty, this is the Eve 3D Tomb Raider. Let me see if I can, let's see. I'm sure it's, so I'm thinking, what if we did under boob on her? You know, what if we, I want it to look skimpy, but I don't want it to, like, what if I, it's kind of just messing around with some putty here. Hey Thomas, no, I do not have a printer. I have other people print for me. Yeah, this Tomb Raider file is good. The head sculpt is amazing. The head sculpt is really nice on this one. So this is going to look pretty good as far as the head sculpt. Yeah, I've been looking at a lot of sculpts. I just haven't had the whatchamacallit time and money to work on that stuff. I still got to do that Bayonetta one. I haven't finished it yet. My personal stuff has taken a long backseat. So what I'm thinking is we make this area tight. Like this is a tight here, right? So this part is tight, so we can squeeze this part of the boob area, but then we can have it torn and knotted here, and then sort of rip it in the middle so you see a little bit of cleavage, but we don't show any nipples, and then have it like loose at the bottom, like that, sort of, you know? So it's kind of torn. Sort of like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking of this sculpt. It's kind of like the idea, because then it'll then what it does is it comes back around here. We can make this area tight too, squeeze a little bit of the, you know, area, and then we can have like a lot of like rips in the back of here type thing. It can get kind of ripped up a little bit. It's kind of the idea. Let me show you guys face on so you guys can kind of. That's what I'm thinking. I'll run it by everybody on the stream next week again too. But so the idea would be like that. Where's her head? It's in the garage. Alright, so we have her Pokeball hand. Then we have her head. And we have the hand with the staff. As far as her footwear goes, I'm going to keep the sneakers. I'm going to rebuild the sneakers on her, because she had boots from the whatchamacallit, so I'm going to utilize this, but I'm not really worried about her feet as much because when we put her in the base, she's going to be kind of like in mud with grass. So I figure I want to try to keep as much elements as Misty as possible, because if you don't know her elements, if her elements aren't there, it's going to be kind of hard to know who it is. So that's kind of why I want to keep the sneakers, but you really won't see them that much. And then as far as her... So when we do the satchel on her, I want to have her, like, you know, her straps going across to the satchel. So the idea, we get 2 buckles will sculpt. Of course they'll be bigger than this, but this is just kind of representing with the idea. So we have one there, right? And what we could do too, we'll do 2, because this way, so we can have one there, and then we can have another one going across, type thing. Or we could do one, we can sort of do one going across for the satchel, and then if we really wanted to, we can put the other one under the leg. And maybe do something like that. I don't know. I'll have to plan it out a little bit better. But like I said, or we can keep it like just one strap going across type thing. You just do one strap, maybe like that, sort of. And then maybe with the other strap, kind of wrap it around her leg. That's kind of the idea. So what I think I need to do is take a picture of this so I don't forget. So let me... Where's that base? Here it is. But we got some pictures for next week, so I think that's a good start. I probably could add some, you know, I mean, she does have a fuller shirt, so if I really wanted to, you know, we could add I don't know, maybe if I know we have our arms going like that, which I'm gonna want to magnetize. I don't know. I'll have to come up with something. So this has one glove on her, so I think I'm gonna leave this glove on her for fun. This is where the staff's gonna go. Well, what I could do too is, you know, on this part, you know, we could do a broken strap, kind of like hanging down out of the jeans. You know, like a little bit of a strap piece hanging down. Or, I don't know, we'll kind of toy with it a little bit more. But I think she usually has sneakers and socks, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I'm thinking I'm going to definitely do the sneakers, but maybe not put socks on her. But, so this is the base, right? This is the base. So side duck is going to go behind her. It's going to get a nice booty shot. And then we have the skull piece. So the idea is she's going to be standing around dirt, and I'm going to have grass sticking up, but we're going to Dremel out a little bit of an area to make it look like a little pond or a little bit of mud water. And then I'm going to sink this into it to make it look like it's kind of like inside the muddy water type look. So the grass is going to kind of come above her feet a bit, so we really won't see her feet that much. But we do have, on this hand, is going to have a rod. And at the top of the rod, we have the skull of this guy. That's going to go on top of that rod. So, I don't have, you know, if there's a thinner one. Wherever the hell my rod went to. So I'm going to put a rod in her arm, and then at the top of the rod it's going to have this on it, you know. So if we kind of get back to looking at her. So it's going to be like that type thing. So I have to make sure the rod goes down. I might have to break her wrist to come up a little bit more, because if it goes too far it's not going to hit the base. So I might have to break the wrist a little bit. And then I think I can have that, which will look kind of cool. So that's that idea. Sorry, this stuff falls apart. But I think that's kind of the idea what I want to do. I think that's, you know, because we talked about it last stream and we kind of hashed it out. So I guess next stream on next Friday we'll see if this is kind of what everybody wants to see, more like this, or if they wanted to have it more cleaner. Kind of go over it again. But I think we're good, pretty good. So she's gonna stand up at the base a little bit higher, because I want to put mud, and you know it's gonna be like a rocky terrain. It's not gonna be like a perfectly smooth terrain. So I gotta get her positioned a little bit better on this. I did cut her rod to sort of kind of create the key thing. So I gotta kind of plan that out a little bit better. Yeah, I could do a wavy branch. So the idea, what I want to do is, Raz printed 2 of these hands by accident. So we have a backup just in case. The idea is I'm going to put a rod in there, and then I'm going to put Aves over it and sort of create a branch through the Aves, because I want to have a good sturdy rod. I don't want to put like a piece of wood or anything. And to try to Dremel out all this stuff and then screw up her fingers is a nightmare. So I'm going to utilize this as kind of like an area where she wrapped like rope or something around. The only other thing I could think of is we have the colors of her, but isn't her friends like Ash and Brock? If I really wanted to, I guess we could use some of their clothing too and wrap it around her legs and arms and stuff. You know? It's an idea. I don't know how well it would convey to people. Let's experiment real quick. It's probably gonna fall. But kind of try to. Of course, it's not perfect, but gives you the idea of kind of how the hair is going to go a little bit. I don't know what that is. I am going to put, we did talk about putting that thing around her neck though. So we're going to put around her neck the water symbol. So she's going to have this little water symbol around some teeth marks around her neck. What I might do is, like I said, since the arms are sort of attached with magnets, might add more, cloth shirt tied around her arms, since these areas kind of go on like so, since we can keep it magnetized. And then on the satchel, Meowth's gem will be like the clip on the satchel. That's kind of what we kind of talked about last time. The other idea too was one strap here, and then if we have this on her staff, we could put the other strap around the staff, sort of coming down type thing, So that's kind of what we got so far. It's what we hashed out. But I don't know what a toad Cappy is, and I think I always know her from Psyduck. Now, I don't know Pokemon at all, I never watched it, but anytime that I've seen her, I always saw her with side duck for some reason. So, plus it's kind of hard to tell, but he's going to be getting a booty shot looking up. So it kind of works out. So come up a little bit further. So that's kind of the idea. It's kind of where I'm at. So I just need a confirmation next stream when everyone's in, if this is what they like. I might actually post this on Patreon too. See how the Patreons think about it. But I think the head on the stick is some eye character, eye something. I don't know. I just thought it would look cool up on the staff. I don't know who this is. It's eye something or some kind of eye character. He just looked kind of cool. That it looked like that it's like a dead character and it's got like red gem eyes. So it looked cool on a wooden staff. So I don't know. You guys who are Pokemon fans, you probably know better than me. I know it's eye something or some kind of eye. But that is sort of the sketch of her. So there's not really much of chopping up the body to fit the outfit. It's more of like, if we make this tight, I just got to kind of grind out that boob area a bit to make it tight. I could, if we make it tight under here too, I could kind of squeeze out the boob area under there a little bit as well. You know, as well. Subscribe star, JC, I'm not really, like, I'm not trying to be like a YouTuber or a Patreon, like, you know, it's very hard to do commission work and Patreon stuff at the same time, because commission work is which pays the bills. The Patreon stuff is sort of for fun. So I'm not trying to like become just a Patreon guy only, because it'll never work out for what I do. So I don't know what Subscribe Star is, but I'm just doing this Patreon stuff for fun. It's just kind of cool to stream, people give me some feedback, come up with some new ideas and stuff, sell them off, and then do another round of items. I'm not trying to, you know, sit there and just, because if you do Patreon, you got to just focus on Patreon. It's very hard, because I can't sit there and do commissions, do paint-ups, do repairs, and then Patreon. Well, the best way to support me, honestly, is, I know you want me to do a commission for you, and just kind of get on the list and wait till I'm ready to do it. That's kind of like, you know, the best way to support. I mean, people could donate on streams, but it doesn't really go far because YouTube takes such a big cut, you know? As long as I'm just getting commissions and I'm paying the bills, I'm happy. So, if it comes to the point that repairs and commissions are not making money anymore, then I'm just kind of done, period. So, but this stuff is just kind of fun, just to kind of see what people might want to see, you know, and then just sell it off and go with it. Yeah, commissions and, you know, repaints and repairs, that's kind of where the making the living is at. Like, I see a lot of those guys on Patreon, and they make good money, but if you think about it, they're doing, like, what, 4 or 5 sculpts a month, you know? And they're selling STLs. So I don't know how well it goes for them. But I like making one-of-a-kinds. This stuff is fun. Just screwing around on stream one day a week, see what people want, and just have fun. I guess the reason why I started the Patreon is because the guys on stream were like, instead of us donating to you on the stream all the time, why don't we just send you like a Patreon fee like once a month? That's why I started the Patreon. So, and then I figured, you know, alright, then we'll just kind of vote on fun stuff to do on Fridays. That's kind of how it evolved. You know? And the other thing too is I can't do Patreon because if say for instance I blew up and I had like 100 or 200 people on Patreon, how am I supposed to do a one-of-a-kind sculpt to make everybody happy, you know? So Patreon is just to basically, if you want to support the streams, that's all it really is for, you know? Some people are like, I'll donate $3 a month and I support your stream. So that's what it's for. That's all. You know, guys who do STLs, everybody gets a copy of the STL. Me, I make a one-of-a-kind statue. I can't mold and make copies of it because that'll cost thousands of dollars. You know, making a mold, all the time making a mold, then making a copies, and it just, you know, it's not very cost effective. So that's how that evolved. But, alright, so that's Misty. We got a good start on her. Now, as far as the schoolgirl goes for Cammy, that is a problem. Because I have not looked anything up. Alright, so I got my pictures of this, so we're good to go on that. Let's get a little organized here. Alright, so this is the schoolgirl cami. Alright. So the idea was supposed to be based off of the, call it, Britney Spears. So I don't gotta figure out where I'm starting with this one. So I'm gonna keep the sneakers as is for the schoolgirl outfit. Now she has the stockings up to her thighs. I think that's where most people are now, JC. Everyone I deal with now more wants like one-of-a-kinds and grails. People are kind of moving away from like every new statue that comes out, they want to buy it. So people are kind of shifting toward more, at least the people I deal with. Hey, what's up, Jose? Happy 4th to you too. Alright, so these socks gotta go. We can keep sort of the wrinkles down here, but I can take this part off. She's got the socks that come up about there. Alright, so that's kind of where those go, right? So her skirt is kind of right there. Not everybody's in. So this is the schoolgirl outfit for Britney, but I'm wondering if we should shift. What about let's see, hold on. Yeah, I'm a little bit, gotta plan this one out. So, if we did this outfit, right, so if we did this coming down, then it was kind of knotted. And then trying to use this weird, I don't know, I'm trying to, should we go more with a sexier look? Or do we try to keep it so loose on her, you know? Well, I just found an image. Let me ask your opinion. Like I said, this one's a little bit different. We gotta kind of brainstorm on this one. This one we gotta kind of brainstorm. What did I just do with it? What if we went more like that? So what if we... I'm trying to think, like, how could I incorporate... You know, like, say if we... So what if we kept... the socks. So what I want to do is it's cami, right? So we have to kind of show you. It's kind of a little bit of a idea. Alright, so we give her a tighter skirt, of course, right? So we could go higher with the skirt, maybe, instead of a lower skirt. So say her skirt does come up to about here, right? Like in that art. Like I said, I'm just brainstorming at the moment. And then her skirt is kind of... I'm not doing plaid though. Plaid will be a friggin' nightmare to paint. You know, we'll keep it closer to something with Street Fighter. So we keep it a tighter skirt, but up a little higher. So we just kind of brainstorm, see how things... I think the Britney Spears look is good, but I think it'd be too loose. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing, is adding the camo to her legs. So we know it's cami, you know? It could be a green skirt. Right? And then she has the, you know, she's got the lines on her legs. So she's got the lines on her legs type thing, right? And then what we do is we'll have to redo the chest to give it a push-up. But we can still do the whole knot thing here. And we could do a bra too, right? I guess something there. Yeah, the chest has to be redone. So where's her arms? Okay. So she's blowing a kiss. Her hand is on her hip, like so, right? And then grab her head. And then we have her hair pieces for her hair. I might have to get Raz to make bigger ones. Yeah, I think we're gonna need bigger ones. That's right. So if we do a tight skirt, so we could do a green skirt. Alright, hold on. We're gonna... What? Yeah, we could do this in like a half hour or so. Yeah. Alright, hold on. We're gonna do the poor man's light box again, so we can sketch this out. I'm gonna email myself this artwork, and we're gonna print it out on the other computer. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hold on. We're getting there. What is a tartan skirt? Oh, you can buy crowns? Yeah, YouTube really wants people to start spending some money, don't they? Plaid? There's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to do plaid. It would be an absolute nightmare to get all those lines perfect. So more of a loose skirt? We could, I don't know, let's toy with the idea. Let's kind of just get a little bit of a sketch going first real quick. Just so we can get sort of an idea going. But yeah, keep running some suggestions. I don't know if you got any other ideas or whatever. It's kind of a crappy No, I mean, we could definitely do a looser skirt. Let's just kind of... I'll show you with some silly putty in a second, but for right now, I just kind of want to, like, so if we were going to do her chest, right? The collarbone and neck, all that. So... because if you want to do it where... like the skirt is sort of loose, but we could kind of see the underskirt and you could get some booty, that's fine too. I'm all for it. It's just, I want to see how, so, you know, we'll have her legs has the, you know, her thing, right? So what if, Alright, so she's got a green outfit, right? And red stuff. So what if we do... Why don't we do a green skirt, a white top, and red underwear and stuff? You know? So what if, you know, we have her... Give her a bra, right? And say the skirt is green. You know, her hair so then what we could do is so we give her her hat. You know, her hat is red, and then what we can do is red bra and then red underwear, right? Now, let me run this idea by you. What if she's battle damaged? Alright? So what if the skirt is sort of ripped, the shirt is ripped a little bit, and she's a little dirty because she's a Street Fighter character. So what if we kind of shift it to, instead of like a clean sculpt, we can make her a little dirty? Because you figure this kind of pose is like she just kicked ass and she's blowing a kiss, so we can make the skirt ripped up a little bit too. You know? I'm just kind of throwing it out there, you know? I'm just kind of saying, like, you know, we can kind of play with this one a little bit. So, you know, so she'll have... It all depends on what version you do of her. Sometimes these scars are green, sometimes they're skin color, so you could do whatever. So I'm thinking like, this is kind of like a white top, you know, green. I don't want to give her the arm guards because it's kind of a schoolgirl outfit, but I don't mind keeping her, letting her keep the gloves though. That's kind of a little bit fun. Because if her sleeves come up to here, it's kind of would, you know. No, I'm not talking about scars. I'm talking about just some ripped clothes and a little bit dirt. Not like she's got, not that she's beat up like at the end game where they're beat up, you know. I'm talking about just like, just dirty a little bit though. No, this isn't Devastator. This is not a commissioned item. This is a Patreon voted item. Now a lot of the guys who are on Patreon are not in chat, so we could kind of run by that next week whenever, because it's the holiday today. Not everybody's here today, so I'm just kind of brainstorming some ideas and kind of just going with it, you know. Like I said, I'm not saying like beat up where she's like the end game. I'm talking about just a little bit of like, let me kind of explain. We'll kind of try to explain a little bit, kind of go. I know it's hard to understand and visualize what I'm trying to say right now, but we'll kind of give you an idea. But I think the whole Britney Spears look won't work. I think that's too loose for her. Because we got to redo the chest. They're sagging too far, so the chest has to be redone. But as far as the skirt goes, we'll kind of... Yeah, I'm not saying like the clothing needs to be completely full-blown, like, ripped up, but a little messed up. You know, like, you know, she is a Street Fighter character, so... But we could give her a looser skirt, per se. So if we give her the skirt, like around here, right? Kind of like the high waist skirt a little bit, though. Kind of like higher waist skirt. Get this a little bit over here. Alright, so if you have the skirt like that, so the idea is we can have the skirt kind of flow a little bit, right? You know, so we can sort of see the booty a little bit underneath. You know, a little bit. Like that. You know, it doesn't have to, it could be tight here, but a little loose there. But the idea would be, like, maybe the skirt's kind of a little torn, you know? Maybe a little torn up a bit. I don't know. Maybe a little ripped up. Hey, Raphael. A slit skirt? I don't know. I don't know if a slit... Well, she's going to keep the socks. I'm going to keep the socks on her because I like that for the schoolgirl because we want to show this stuff. But if we do her shirt, right? So let's kind of... So say the shirt kind of comes up like here. Definitely got to redo the boobs on this. I mean, I can't imagine having socks and stockings. So I don't really want to give her stockings. So what if we... Yeah, so what if like this shirt is sort of ripped a little bit, you know? Like what if this is sort of, you know, ripped up a little bit? I don't know, we can kind of rip the shirt a little. But we can still have the knot going there. Hey, Two Arm, how's it going? So I don't know, we could do something like that, you know? So you figure if she's sort of blowing the kiss, per se. So she's kind of... I don't know, just kind of thinking about, you know, something like that a little bit, maybe. So I like that. I like the mid skirt. I kind of like the way it goes around the waist up there. And then if we did that, we can do it where you can see the green underwear or something, you know. Let me see if it's kind of just toying the idea at the moment, but let's see if I can find anything else. Hold on. Let's kind of. Let's see, what other ideas do we have? There's a lot of... Going on DeviantArt, you go down the rabbit hole. Yeah, well, we don't have to, I mean, you know, we can keep her sort of like she was in a fight. We could keep her clean. So I'm just trying to run some ideas, trying to brainstorm. I'm kind of looking online right now of any other stuff that might work, some other elements. DeviantArt has a lot of pictures, but then they go off the rail. Let's see. Just bear with me, just kind of looking, seeing if there's anything else that might work. I'll have to do some more research and kind of see something here. Okay, got some more pictures. That goes toward more the teacher look. We don't want to do the teacher look. Can't show that picture. Definitely can't show that picture. I'll have to search more. I'm going down a rabbit hole right now. That won't work. But I'm thinking. All right. So if we don't do battle damage, right? If we don't do battle damage. So with the white shirt, maybe with the idea with the white shirt is, you know, it's kind of like see-through, almost. So what we do is we sort of sculpt the bra and then add the white shirt, but then sort of have a little bit showing underneath of it. So it'd be a red bra type thing. I don't know how well I can pull that off. You know, if you have the bra underneath. Right, the bra's underneath there. And then what I do is I add wrinkles, but I sort of when I paint it all skin tone and do a very light layer of black and then white. So maybe something more along the lines of that type of a thing, you know? So I'm thinking maybe more go that route, sort of like a see-through. I have a picture that I found, but the problem is I don't know how far I can take it. I'll show it in a second, but let me take a look at it one more time, make sure I can show it. So the idea is sort of, you know, get that shirt, not like a white shirt, but sort of see-through. I don't like the tie though. I don't think I would add a tie. I don't know. I think unless you guys think a tie would be good, I don't know if a tie would look okay. You know, I don't know if I mean, we're gonna brainstorm again next week, but then if there's a tie there, kind of would cover up the cleavage though. You know, so if there's no tie, then a choker instead. Yeah, see, the problem is I have to redo the chest. The chest is sagging too low. It's got to come up more. But see, I would love to do a pleated skirt, but I know I won't be able to pull that off because it would require too much of a, like, it just would not look good. I don't think I could pull it off. So, I mean, I could. See, the only way I think I could pull off a pleated skirt is if I do a basic shape and then I add pieces on afterwards, you know? Like, this is like the only way I think I can make it look good on my end. So if we wanted to do pleated, I would have to do it like that. But if you guys think that that would look okay when I'm done, I could do that, you know? Because I trying to sit there and make a perfectly pleated skirt just is not in my wheelhouse. But this is kind of the only way I think I could do it. Is sort of like layer the A's on like that. Do you think you guys would rather see a pleated skirt instead of a plaid skirt? Sort of like how hers is. Because what I would do is I would do the skirt, I would do all the wrinkles, and then basically what I would do is I would cut out perfectly layered A's and just layer it on over it, and then try to fudge up the bottom part. That's kind of how I would do the pleats on them. So that's kind of how that would kind of look. I mean, not as heavy and bulky. This is just silly putty being thrown on it, you know? You think maybe we should go that route instead? So rebuild the chest, give her bigger, not big, I mean upper, like push up more, because it's way down too low. Give her a pleated skirt around her waist. Be able to see the booty underneath of it, you know. And then like sort of a see-through white shirt. So I think that might work better. You know? Alright, I'm thinking that's kind of the direction we go. So I would say next stream I'm going to have to rebuild her chest. Because they're way down too far. They're too low. We gotta give her a little bit of a anti-gravity chest. But I think that'll work good if I could pull off the skirt. I'm sure the shirt and everything I could pull off. It's the skirt that's going to be tricky. But if I could give it a thin skirt and then add the pleats afterwards, I think it'll work. I think that's where we'll go. I'll run by this again next stream, you know, with everybody. But I'm thinking that's the way to go. Yeah, it's just that, sadly, like I said, I wish I was able to sculpt it better. But I think this is kind of the only way I could pull it off with my skill level. I'm sure if I sat there for like a month and just practiced, and I could make a better skirt, but I think this way would look fine. I think. So the idea would be do the shirt first, get all that done, and then do the skirt last because of you know, accidentally breaking it off. But you know, kind of. Come on, get out of there. So kind of. You know, I think that'll work, because this way you can see the booty underneath and everything, and you get a little bit of a area there. But I think the skirt has to, with a pleated skirt has to come in though, like here. It has to come into that area. If it flows over it, it would look weird. It's got to come in like that, so. Alright, I think that's the plan as of now. I think that is the plan as of now. Because, alright, so you figure green skirt, white top, red hat, we could do a green choker, red bra, see-through, and then red underwear. And then black shoes and red socks. So red socks, red underwear, red and then since I'm gonna keep her gloves on her from the red Sonya, we can keep black gloves. So black gloves, black sneakers. I think that's kind of a plan. I think that is a plan. Let me take pictures of these so we can go back to it in a sense. So the only other problem is her hat. So what I might have Raz do is see if we can print out a hat from a cami sculpt I can incorporate onto the head. This way I won't have to try to sculpt it and mess it all up. Since he's gonna have to print out the hair anyway, because I think this hair is too small. I think we need bigger hair coming down. So, all right, I think that's a plan, guys. I think we got a good plan going. So you figure her hit there. She's blowing a kiss. We're gonna have the school desk there. And if I could find a backpack, I think it'll work out. All right. So, what I need to do a badge on her shirt? I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Because the other thing too is, don't forget, we have the desk that's going behind her. And I want to incorporate some, and maybe see, we're going to probably see if we can find a backpack. And I'm thinking maybe if we could find, like, in the backpack, like a stuffed Blanca doll or something. Because that's kind of like where I want to go toward it. So, I don't know, we'll see how far, let's just start working on the chest, let's start working on the shirt, we'll get the skirt going, and then maybe we can incorporate something else onto it. But don't forget, if we put the hat on her, she's going to have that logo on her hat, you know, of her Delta Force, right? It was Delta Force, I think it was. Alright, so what I need to do by next week is these have to come up. See, these are way too low. So these gotta be chopped up. We gotta redo this whole chest area. Because I don't like the way they sag straight down. You know, it should be more of a type of a chest. Like, look at the way it kind of like goes straight down. So we're gonna fix that. So next week we're going to work on that. And then if I do this skirt a specific way, you know, we could, in theory, if it works out, I'm going to redo this area here in her booty so we can see a little bit. But, you know, we could sort of give her a little bit more of a, not a thong, because we'll never see the thong, but we can give her underwear here. So this way, if we do get a booty shot, you'll be able to see underwear. So we will work that out. So I'm going to work out this area here. I'm going to clean up in there. This has got to be taken down because he does this weird stuff in there. And then work out that. So I think that'll work good with her. This way we don't have to touch the sneakers and socks. I think that'll work good with the schoolgirl. This will kind of play into it a little bit more. We can see her, you know, her, whichever version we go for with her markings on her legs. Lace, what do you mean lace? Lace what? Lace what? Probably not. If it were gonna see more, maybe. But by the time the skirt's on, we're gonna be like this above this part around here, you know. So you won't even really see that much, in theory. So I'm just gonna keep it simple for now. The problem is I don't want to sit there and try to do all kind of lacy underwear type stuff, and then all of a sudden the skirt's kind of like covering it, and I just did all that work for nothing. If it was something we would see more of, then probably, yeah, I would say so. Like even here, I'm going to clean this area up and make it just a little bit better, but you probably won't even see it once the skirt's on that much. My more, see what I don't mind doing though is for the bra, if like, you know, when we do the bra, you know, if you wanted, if you guys, you know, if we did a, and then sort of, I don't know, something like with the bra or something we could come up with type thing. When we get to it. Yeah, down the line we could come up with different stuff, you know, because I think after this run we're gonna try maybe another run of Jessica Rabbits, so we'll see how things go with these. Can't throw too many elements into all these. Got to keep them toward that theme pretty much. So, but yeah, let's focus on getting this chest done correctly, and then once the chest is done, we'll go from there. I'll show you what I did with that. What should I call it? Swimsuit Jessica Rabbit. You sent me one? I don't remember. Let me go back and look. I did get your other stuff, Terrell. They were good videos. So I didn't. Sorry, I didn't reply to those, but I subbed to a couple of those. Oh, the swimsuit Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, that's a good one. AI is getting crazy. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'll post it in chat. Yeah, AI is getting crazy. But so basically, so this is the, I don't know if you guys remember, I was working on this for the guy. So I kind of did this with the shirt. Still working on it more, but kind of just rebuilding. So the idea would be more of a chest like this for her. So that's kind of the idea for the chest, a little bit more. So that's kind of the goal for this one. So if you guys don't remember this artwork, which was it? Is it? Yeah, Gwen. So it's kind of where I'm at with this one. But you get the idea. We could sort of kind of do a shirt type thing like this in a way. Yeah, the AI video. See, like I said, we went from AI artwork to AI animated artwork within a span of a year. So, like, even on DeviantArt now, all these guys are starting to animate their artwork now. So, which is cool, but I'm not really into it. I just like the still art. So, alright, but I think that's where I'm going to call it for tonight. I just wanted to kind of get our sketches ready and planning stuff. So, we got a good start. Next week, definitely gonna dive into them a little bit more. But we're gonna work on this next week along with the other stuff. But so you guys have a rest of your happy 4th of July. I'm going to go take a break for tonight, kind of enjoy the holiday for a little bit. But you guys have a good weekend, okay?